What is up, fight fans? This is DJC Combat, and it is pretty much fight week of UFC 322. I mean, it's Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday when it's officially fight week, but I'm going to say it's fight week of one of the biggest fights ever in women's MMA, okay? UFC 322, we all know the main event is Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena. That's the fight that, I don't want to say the casuals are the most looking forward to. That's what the hardcores are the most looking forward to. But the casuals will overlook any women's MMA fight on a card, on a pay-per-view, no matter how important it is. Even if there's a belt on the line, a lot of people look at women's MMA and say, oh, this is the perfect time for a bathroom break. Now, I'm not saying people are looking at Weili Valentina as a bathroom break, but a lot of people don't seem as excited for this fight, as they should be, or they think it's not comparable to JDM versus Islam, although I kind of think it is. But maybe that's just my women's MMA bias talking. But as we know, the super fight is about to happen in a matter of 6 days, I believe. It's November 9th, so it's November 15th when it happens. Oh my gosh, we're almost here. But in this video, I want to talk about a hypothetical what if scenario. Like, I've already, talked about this matchup in my, full main card prediction video. I didn't talk about the full card. I rarely do. I mean, I could make a prelim prediction video, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I might talk about some fights on the prelims like Blanchfield Cortez, but yeah, topic for another video. But I've already discussed who I think is going to win this fight in my main card prediction video. I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you saw the video, actually, if you followed a lot of my videos, and if you've watched any video throughout the years surrounding the topic of Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko, I have always said that Valentina wins, and yes, that is my official pick. Yes, I think Valentina is going to win. I've explained all the science and the technical breakdown and stuff, the outside foot battle and everything. I've explained that I think Valentina is going to win because naturally she's bigger, is on par with Weili when it comes to strength. I'm not really sure who's stronger, but the edge would probably go to Valentina. Valentina is the one person Weili won't be able to physically bully, and that's what Weili mainly thrives on. Even though she's very skilled, she's skilled compared to the level of competition she's fighting at strawweight, but Valentina is that next level. She can't dominate her physically, and technically she can't, beat her. I don't mean, technically she can't win. I mean technically in the sense Val is a more technically sound fighter, a more technically sound striker. She can't beat her on the feet unless she chins her, which I doubt will happen because of Val's defense. So basically, Valentina is pretty much better everywhere and has the physicality to back it up. Hence why I'm going with her to win. But that's not what this video is about. It's not about my prediction and who I think is going to win. In this video, I bring to you a hypothetical. What if this happens? What if Weili Zhang wins this fight? It wouldn't be an upset because she is the favorite. But what if we see her become the double champ? Because in my mind, she's the double champ if she wins, not the flyweight champ. She is the flyweight and strawweight champ. Because I don't want to say I don't count Dern as the champ at strawweight, but right now, I see her as a placeholder, right? She's keeping Weili's belt warm. I mean, who knows? If Weili wins, then Dern can breathe because she probably doesn't got to worry about Weili anymore. If Weili loses, Dern is cooked. But we already know what happens if Weili loses. We know if she loses, this doesn't affect her legacy. She's losing to a fellow all-time great. She's losing to, the number one pound-for-pound woman fighter in the world. No shame in that, right? It wouldn't affect her legacy. It would just be another L on her record. It doesn't affect her at strawweight. She can easily move back down, get her belt back, no problem. And we'll all still love Weili. We'll all still regard her as an all-time great. It'll be worse for Makhachev if he loses, because he's got to go through Topuria to get the belt back if JDM beats him. Whereas Weili has to worry about Dern if she loses. But what if Weili wins? I think that changes a lot in the landscape of women's MMA. I think this changes a lot for Zhang Weili's career and her legacy. Weili won't just be known as the woman who's beaten Valentina, because we've seen Valentina lose, 3 times before already. Nunes beat her twice. Grasso beat her that one time. So we know what it's like to see her lose. We've seen Valentina look human. We've seen her look vulnerable. We've seen her in close fights. But I'm saying, like, if Weili wins, not only is she champ, but I think she potentially steals Valentina, or not potentially, she definitely steals her pound for pound #1 spot in the women's pound for pound rankings, okay? She becomes the pound for pound #1, but not just that. Weili might be regarded as the GOAT. I mean, I know people say Nunes is the GOAT, right? Because she knocked out Cyborg, she knocked out Rousey, had like a bunch of defenses, 2-time champion, double champ, and all that. But if Weili becomes the second woman in women's MMA history to win 2 belts simultaneously, that's not just going to put Weili in the GOAT conversation at strawweight. It's going to put her in the GOAT conversation of all. Like, she might surpass Amanda Nunes' legacy if she wins this fight, which might sound crazy. And even if she doesn't, a lot of fans are going to put her in that same conversation with Nunes. It's going to spark so many debates. Who is better, Valentina or Nunes? And Weili or Nunes, not Valentina or Nunes. We've already heard that debate, but Weili versus Nunes, not who wins a fight, but I mean who is better pound for pound, will become the new conversation. And it's going to be up to Nunes to come back and beat Kayla to steal the shine back, right? To steal the thunder back. But also, depending on how Weili wins, if Weili goes out there and dominates Val or finishes her, Nunes couldn't really dominate Val. I mean, she kind of did in the first fight, but then lost the third. Val ran out of time. And then the second fight, it was close, controversial. Many people thought Val won. If Weili goes out there in one fight and dominates Val, it does what Nunes couldn't do in 2, which is dominate Val or finish her. Many people are going to compare Weili's win to Nunes' win, okay? So she's going to be in that neck-and-neck convo with Amanda Nunes. She's going to be regarded as an all-time great, maybe the greatest women's MMA fighter in this sport. And not just that, okay? Not just that. I just spoiled what I was going to pick. I'm pretty sure you guys already saw it was on the screen, but that's not what I was going to select. Not this Weili picture. I'm going to move this aside for a second. This becomes a possibility. This becomes a possibility because if Weili wins, she will not go back to strawweight. I guarantee it. Strawweights can breathe, and I think it's open season on that belt because I don't think Dern is the best in that division. And this might be Tatiana's path to becoming champion in Zhang Weili's absence. Now, who knows? I mean, maybe Dern will go out there and sub Tatiana, but I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to be positive. Tatiana's going to win that fight. Tatiana might just become the champion. We could be in an era where both these women are champions side by side. Tatiana in strawweight, Weili up a division, and I know people are going to say, oh, Tatiana's the paper champ because she lost to Weili. She didn't beat Weili for the belt, but really, to me, that's all just noise. I could care less what people say as long as Tatiana gets the belt, but that is possible. We will see Mackenzie Dern versus Tatiana Suarez. Should Weili defeat Valentina Shevchenko? But then that sort of begs the question. If Weili wins, what do we do next with Zhang Weili? We already know she's going to be regarded as maybe the greatest of all time compared to Nunes. There will be a split debate between who is better pound for pound, Amanda or Zhang Weili, right? And I have a sneaking suspicion a lot of people are actually going to go with Weili. I don't know why, because Nunes has a lot of good wins, but I feel like people are really going to glaze Weili off of beating Valentina. Something tells me. But what happens to Val if she loses? Who does Weili fight next? Because Valentina already got her immediate rematch when Grasso beat her, right? We saw them have to run it back, and rightfully so. Valentina had like 7 defenses before Grasso beat her, so she deserved it. But then the draw happened, So it gave Val another shot. Val basically had an infinite title shot glitch, from 2023 to 2024. But, okay, seeing as she just got the belt back, defended it once, we've already seen her get her second chance. Are we going to revisit this fight? It's possible. Like, if it's close, there's going to be an immediate rematch. If Weili knocks her out or submits her, it depends on how the fight plays out. If Valentina's winning and then gets caught, she's not going to shut up about it. They're probably going to do a rematch. But if Weili does it convincingly, dominant decision, dominant performance leading into a finish, then it's going to be hard to make a case for, Val getting an immediate rematch. Because look at Israel Adesanya, for example. He got his belt back, lost it right away, but the reason why he didn't get an immediate rematch with Strickland, even though he eventually got an automatic title shot, against Dricus. It would have been Sean if, Sean beat Dricus. But still, the reason why Izzy was on ice and didn't get a shot over DDP is because he got dominated. It wasn't a close fight. He got beat up. Sean had a convincing win. So Izzy losing as a two-time champion, but not even defending it and getting dominated, did not warrant him another shot right away. So if Weili can dominate this fight, finish or not, there's a chance we don't gotta worry about Valentina fighting for the belt again. And honestly, as much as I respect Val, it's probably for the best that Valentina doesn't get another shot. Because then what if Val wins the rematch and it's another freaking system reset? I'm sick of Val. And I'm sure there's other people sick of Valentina as well. And it's gonna put the division in a logjam. There's other contenders. This opens up the door for Manon Fiorot against, instead of a Val rematch, Manon Fiorot against Weili. Or Natalia Silva versus Weili. Or if Erin Blanchfield beats Cortez, I think she will. So I don't know if there's really a need for me to do a prediction video. I thought of holding my tongue there because I was going to be like, wait, am I going to do a video and not reveal my pick? But yeah, Erin beats Cortez. And if she does, or even if Cortez wins, you could do a Cortez Weili, a Blanchfield Weili. So many options. If Macy Barber finally gets back in the octagon and wins, Barber, Weili, the division opens up by a lot. Whereas if Val gets a rematch, we got to sit through another Val title shot, the risk of her getting the belt back, and the division being held up again. And honestly, the draw happening in the second Grasso fight was the worst possible thing to happen to the flyweight division. You know why? Because Erin Blanchfield, I think, was supposed to get a title shot at the winner of Valentina and Grasso. And then the fact that there was a draw, she was forced to risk it against Manon and lost, and now is far removed from a title shot. So, but another possibility, if Weili wins and there's no Val rematch, if Rose can stay in the win column, we could run that trilogy as well. Like, things will get spicy if Weili wins. Things will get interesting in this division if Zhang Weili wins, if she becomes the 2-division champion. Not the 1-division champ, even though Dern is the champ on paper, she's the paper champ. She is not the champion. Not over Zhang Weili. I'm sorry. Dern is a cutie, and I probably would, be hypocritical and move the goalposts or rewrite the rules if it was Tatiana in her shoes. I'm admitting that. I don't care. I'm biased. That's just how I am. But, yeah, so many cool things could come out of a Weili win. So many good things could come out of a win. Now, Val wins, we know, doesn't affect Weili's legacy. It's another day, another defense for Val, another Ruby and Valentina's belt. And then, we get to see Valentina versus Natalia Silva, I hope. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Manon rematch because the last fight was close, but I would rather see Natalia fight Val. Fresh matchup, it's interesting, but I feel like things will be more fun if Zhang Weili wins, and it's just going to be a historic moment. It will be historic if Zhang Weili wins, because she's basically conquering a Goliath, conquering a giant, and toppling a goddess. If she can get this win, despite being the favorite, it almost feels like she's an underdog, even though everyone is picking her to win. The fact that if she were to win, why it would be so huge is because when she first called for this fight in 2019, Val didn't respect her for it. Val felt offended that this newbie who got an undeserved title shot and then won, which many people thought was a fluke fashion back then, and then people thought she robbed Joanna after. Like, she thought, the fact that this new chick is calling me out, who does she think she is? She hasn't proven herself. She's not on my level. And many fans didn't agree. Many people laughed at the idea of her fighting Valentina. So if she wins, it's like, who's laughing now? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of my points? Like and subscribe, and peace out, and see y'all on Saturday.